I want to shout out the Shock Chan for the deck idea that we're playing today. We had talked a little bit about doing this on stream. We've played a lot of Crypt of Agadeem decks on this channel. Crypt of Agadeem has been it was a pet card of mine for a long time before they printed Overlord of the Balemurk, and they printed Overlord of the Balemurk, and we got really lost in the sauce. You can go to muxfield.com/user/aspiring spike, and you can kind of see the evolution of these various Crypt of Agadeem decks. And for a while, people kind of have suggested Eyetwitch in it, especially with the like new lesson cards that have been printed in both Avatar and Strixhaven. Eyetwitch may be the best learn card in the format. It's a 1 mana 1/1 flying. When it dies, you learn. So this lets you either discard a card in the draw card or search your library for a lesson and put it into your hand. This combos really well with my preview card from Image 3, Phyrexian Tower, letting you sack and get some extra mana to play the card that you're going to put into your hand. We never tried it, and Shaksan got first place in the showcase challenge with the deck, which I think is pretty sick. And there's like I definitely wanted to try it and try to explore and see where it goes. I love Crypt of Agadeem. Crypt of Agadeem. I wanted this card to be good in Modern for so long, and I'm so excited to want a showcase challenge. And 2 mana tap at a black mana for each black creature in your graveyard. There's definitely some stuff that I wanted to change about the list. Like I wasn't too excited about the seat with no blue cards or no blue mana in the deck. I'm a big believer that you should play the 4 Thoughtseize before you play the first Inquisition. There's just so many relevant cards. The Thoughtseize hits, the Inquisition misses, throwing Mycospawn, Scion of Draco, Card of the Great Creator, Primeval Titan, Scape Shift, Solitude, Quantum Riddler, Kappa Cannoneer, just to name a few. I think you should play more Boggart Trawlers. Let's see, and so not really getting too different. I decided not to play Poet's Quill, even though like I know why you play the Poet's Quill, because you're playing a lot of lessons in the sideboard. A lot of lessons in the sideboard with only 4 Eyetwitches. But you can recur Eyetwitch with Emperor of Bones, Overlord, and you can also just persist an Eyetwitch. I think this is kind of cool. If you can persist Eyetwitch and it dies immediately, and then you can get a lesson from your graveyard, from your sideboard. Sorry. Let me go over the changes, then we'll go over the sideboard a little bit. So I ended up going up to the full 4 Thoughtseize in the main deck. I'm playing 2 Dawnhand Dissidents. The list was playing 1. I'm playing 2 because I kind of just want to see how it plays. I'm kind of interested in playing maybe like a Cling to Dust over the spot, or you can play some Bowmasters potentially. There were Bowmasters in the build. I think the Bowmasters is just kind of off plan. It does kill your own Eyetwitch, but what does Bowmaster do in this current Modern format? It's like it's a speed bump against Boros, and it's good against some non-tier 1 decks, and that's kind of it. I wasn't super excited to play Bowmaster. Obviously, you could. I also decided I wanted to play the full 4 Phyrexian Towers. Tower is so important when you have Supplier or Eyetwitch. Like, you just really, really want to have a tower. It just makes all of your draws so much stronger. I'm just going to go play the full 4. You can even loot them away sometimes with Twitch. Maybe that's kind of copium. I also ended up playing the 3rd Flare of Malice over the Bone Shards. I do think that Flare sacking your Supplier and Eyetwitch is just awesome, and this card costs 0 mana. Bone Shards cost 1. I want to try a copy of the Soulstone. I just think the first copy or the Terminus Return. I think the first copy of this is pretty good in these decks. Like you just have a million 1 mana black drop, so you can just play it and then play a 1 drop on turn 2. And then with all of the mana from Crypt of Agadeem, you can activate it to start recurring stuff every single turn. I think that's cool. I am playing the 4th Persist and the 4th Overlord. I think you have to play the 4th Overlord. I think it's one of the best cards in the deck. And when you're playing the 4th Overlord, all of a sudden Persist becomes pretty good. Oh, I guess Bone Shards is also discard outlet for your big stuff. Maybe that's a good reason to be playing it. I think we keep the Flares for now. I guess I just totally blanked on that part. Might be wrong for me to not be playing it. So let's go over the sideboard. So we are playing 7 lessons. We're playing Decorum Dissertation. This is a Sign in Blood with Paradigm, which means you get to cast it every single turn. So a lot of card advantage, but very slow and painful. Ruinous Waterbending. This is just a -2/-2 to all creatures, and if you Waterbend for 4, then you also get to gain a bunch of life. That might come up more than we think. We have a Disenchant effect or an Indestructible effect. For 2 mana, you have a Regrowth, but only for permanents. You have a discard spell that, you're not going to Earthbend 2 probably ever. You have a Mind Rot that also deals 2 damage to the player, which is maybe a little bit of reach. And then you just have a removal spell. So you have these 7 cards. And then what do you have after that? You have 8 sideboard slots to work with, and I do just want to play the full set. The person who built the deck yesterday came and they said that they gave some thoughts on the deck. I think that they said they wanted a second copy of the Disenchant. I decided I was gonna do it, and I decided not to. I really think Culling Ritual is really important. I wanted sideboard cards against Boros Prowess Affinity. Boros Prowess Affinity like really badly, and I think I would be pretty heavy on the Culling Rituals. Being able to go Culling Ritual into Overlord, sometimes into Archon, it's just so nuts. It also seems like if you have an Eyetwitch in play, you go Culling Ritual, kill a bunch of stuff, then you can play a big thing. I think that's pretty cool. I think Culling Ritual is really, really good in the deck. I wanted to play a bunch of them, and because it covers so many slots in the metagame, I think you get to play a lot in the main deck. I also really wanted sideboard slots against Tron. I really wanted sideboard slots against Neoform and Titan, and those are the Ashioks. Ashiok a little bit better in this deck because you can play it turn 2 with Phyrexian Tower. So yeah, that's the deck. I'm really excited for this one. I think it's going to be very fun. 1 bone shards felt kind of mandatory. It's not mandatory. Surely it's not mandatory to play a bone shards. The bone shards cannot be load bearing, but we'll see. I do think the bone shards may be better than I think. I'm a big fan of Flare though, especially the Kappa Cannoneer meta. Like, opponents on the level 6. I've noticed a ton of the red white Ponza deck in the 5/0 Dom, solid meta player. Yeah, I think that deck's fine. I think it's really boring, which is why I don't usually mess with it. But yeah, I think it's fine. So multiply playing against Titan here. No bounce land. They must not have a bounce land. I guess if I see Archon, I'll Thoughtseize myself, probably, but... One of the worst Titan draws I've seen. Xerox with a 7 months. Thank you, welcome back. So, Spelunking is the best draw by a lot. Okay. Best draw by a lot here. Into a land. Not a bounce land, though. Okay, now we get really lucky. We build Archon. Seems like I want to Twitch. Dead to Scape Shift, by the way. They did not top deck Scape Shift, but we are dead to a top deck Scape Shift. I might actually not be if I hold up Cling. I think I might be able to cut them off Delirium. Let's do that. So they find a bounce land. They're acting like they're going to Besage you my Archon. How does Scape Shift kill? It's complicated, I guess. You should know that an Amulet or a Spelunking, and also Wizards of the Coast, if you're listening, an Amulet or a Spelunking with 4 lands in play is a deterministic kill against no interaction. Just so you know, Wizards of the Coast. So let's see if they Besage you my Overlord. They'll have to discard the Besage you if they don't. So now I can get Tomb, and I can disenchant the Spelunking. Are we sure they know? I think if you surveyed the I don't think that they know. No, but now they know. We've told them. So pretty lucky for me that they Besage it, I guess. Okay, so we're bringing our Ashioks, of course. Interested in some number of Break the Ice. I think I do usually like the Flare of Malices too. Sorry, I don't know why Mali, but I'm gonna go down an Emperor. I'm gonna go down. The Cling is not really very good disruption against them. Sometimes it can get it. I think deck's feeling pretty good. So far, we beat Boros, then we lost to Song of Creation combo, we lost to Mill, now we're up a game against Titan. Oh, I didn't mean to bring in that. Maybe down another Emperor. Oh yeah, Overlord's a good cut. Have you ever made a Turbo Fog type deck? Not in Modern. Although honestly, if I was gonna accidentally drag in any card, oh, you know what? I'm gonna keep it in as a 2 to target. Not the craziest. Soulstone, I feel like I just like the acceleration. I don't know. Soulstone's just like a land to me. It's like, just think of it like a land, and maybe y'all stop being so weird about it. Kind of hard to mulligan to Thoughtseize, but triple persist, no payoff has got to be mulligan. You've done the Spore Frog loop deck. I guess, does that count as Turbo Fog? We have looped Spore Frog some. I think Overlord's important to find Ashiok. That's a good argument for it. Yeah, I guess does like Scepter Chant count? So they kept 7 this time. We need a Thoughtseize so we're not dead this next turn. Well, could be dead this next turn. Yeah, Cabal Therapist has been suggested a bunch because they have 2 scape shifts. Cabal Therapist has been suggested a good bit. It is, it's interesting. I think, you know, I think that, like, we've identified that Eyetwitch is good, and this is, like, you know, this is like when it's nice to be a brewer. Is I've played Cabal Therapist and I know that card's kind of bad, you know, and I've played Dawnhead Dissident before, and I suspect that card's kind of bad. I played again, it's not that good, and you know, you just can't test everything. Seriously, I'm memeing. Yeah, I don't think that it's playable, but it has been, like, suggested a bunch today. They drew a Grazer. Yeah, we have played Demonic Council in this archetype before, and it was like okay. Yeah, I'm interested in trying it in the Soul Trader deck. There's a cool Cabal Therapist 5/0 with John Negorio's Cremator combo. That does some fun. So we're dead if they draw a green source next turn. Oh, I guess maybe not, because we probably are, but the Urza Saga goes away, so maybe not. Okay, that's obviously nice. So with this Eyetwitch, I could make them discard 2 cards. I could kill their Urza Saga. I think I'll kill their Urza Saga. Just checking the graveyard for stuff to return instead. Learn this lesson. Can't we take the scape shift? So this says take non-land permanent card from it. So it does not take sorceries. And the scape shift, it is kind of limited. The fewer, obviously, the fewer lands there in play, the less you can get with it. Bajuka Bog is a kind of a gross top deck. I feel like I'm going to draw Persist now. Yeah, kind of same thing. I guess drawing this will actually go. Yeah, sack the Supplier. Don't really find much. So let me go ahead and exile their Urza Saga to restrict Delirium, which can be pretty relevant on their scapeshift turns. Surely Eyetwitch can make intent reasonable. Maybe. I don't know about surely. I think that, I don't know. Intent tested really, really bad when we played it before. Just like spending 2 mana to not impact the board, it does kind of suck sometimes, you know? Like the effect is sometimes just not all that powerful. That being said, I do think it could be worth a play test. I do think Eyetwitch is enough of an enabler to try to look at it again. Okay, so probably dead. They bounce the Otawara. They Otawara the Emperor of Bones. Okay, so I guess they did not have lethal with escape shift, which is good. I could exile their escape shift for delirium purposes. Although I guess that doesn't matter because they're going to just get another escape shift anyways. So let's instead put a Stitcher Supplier here to sack to a Flare, potentially. It's interesting that they bounced, like they just wasted the Otawara like this. So now they should be able to easily cast Escape Shift. They did have lethal Escape Shift there with the normal list. With 3 lands, I guess I don't know what the loop is. But yeah, maybe the Urza's Cave was in their hand. They didn't sack a Gruul Turf. My opponent says, ah. Love hiding Moto. Yeah, that's not the best. Yeah, I do think that that would be one of the biggest UI upgrades that Magic Online could have is um the highlighting when you're clicking stuff like that. Yeah, Flare might get them, which is why, maybe I'd be a little bit more generous on a concession. They do only have 2 types, and they'll have 3 if they go for Pact for Analyst. I guess they could just bank on milling another type. But I think that they're almost always going to be getting a Titan here. They're thinking about it. I guess they already have this. Oh, they remember. I hate when Titan players remember that they can play Cultivator Colossus. The Analyst gets them Delirium. I mean, not for sure, right? It's always so tough when they remember they can put this card in their deck. Their Thronos, I don't know why they couldn't loop there. Oh, the Analyst. So the Analyst, the creature gives it Delirium. Yeah, I don't know. You're right. You're right. They totally could have looped. The Escape Shift loop always has Delirium. Right, of course, it's Sorcery Instant Creature land. They needed to not have Colossus there at all. Yeah, I guess, the Flare doesn't even do anything against them. They might be worried about some kind of graveyard hate in general. So one of the spells in their hand is a Spelunking. With the Colossus, you always guarantee you're going to draw a spell at the end. And I wanted to wait on the Flare because I don't want to give them Delirium with the Flare. Yeah, but they may just be hasting. I guess we can kill it in combat potentially if that's what they're prioritizing. Yeah, we did cast the Cling to Dust last game. So they probably go Echoing Deeps for... Oh, wait, no. You can't Echoing Deeps T-West. A lot of times they only play one T-West, right? Am I hallucinating that? So they're going for the Mirror Pool. And they get around me being able to respond to the trigger with Spelunking. I should just be able to respond to the activation. They have Otawara. No, they used Otawara early. Oh, no, yeah, it's still in the yard. They used it already. I don't know what this is getting. The Bog is already gone. Not that that would do much. Could get Sajiri Stab. I guess that doesn't protect against Flare. Lotus. I'm not sure what there's like. Lotus gives them 6 mana here. If they have Primeval Titan in their hand after all this, then good for them. Would it have been lethal if they grabbed Valakut and it seems unnecessarily complicated. They like snap activated Urza's Cave. You know, they could have had what, like 4 more mana if they used Amulet instead of Spelunking. Am I right about that? Okay, they just concede. All right. I'm not applying a qualifier to it at this moment. But it is a thing. So we go turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Persist Archon. Yeah, GG's Dak. I'm still doing misclick. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Okay, thankfully not a Thoughtseize. We could try to Thoughtseize there. Agatha's Soul Cauldron, maybe. And then they'll try to rumble into another one. And they hit. Damn it! So I guess we're gonna try to find a green source to disenchant the cauldron. Okay, mission accomplished. Getting rated to 26 months. Appreciate you. Can turn 1 Twitch, then noodle play next turn with 3 mana less info the Twitch list. Well, I needed the Thoughtseize there, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I don't know if you saw that game, but it was really right that Thoughtseize turned 1. And then we got punished for it. So maybe it wasn't all that correct. And then they draw Yawgmoth? And they play Ballista on 0. Couldn't we turn to Archon here? There was an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. What? Ah! Ah! Couldn't we turn to Archon here? I thought he's turn 1 to play around Cauldron, and then they played Cauldron on turn 2. Then Cauldron can exile my Archon, and I certainly was saying this the whole time. Yeah, I can't kill the Yawg because with this card, Necrotic Fumes, you have to exile a creature you control to kill the Yawg. I guess it wouldn't even be that good. I guess the exile would be good. But yeah, I think I just have to kill the Cauldron here. Can Dai Li target herself? I guess, but when you learn, you can just discard a card anyways. So I could persist the Twitch to learn right here. I don't think that's good enough. Miss 1 damage. Right, I can attack for 1. I keep forgetting it has flying. So I guess if I draw another persist, I can Archon next turn. Should we do it on their turn? I guess I don't know why you would. Okay. We'll take it. Oh, they think I'm Thoughtseizing them, so they're discarding an Emperor to Yawgmoth. You know, it is like a only in this format do people not realizing people are Thoughtseizing themselves. Should have done it in response to their Cauldron if they target Ballista. Why does it matter? Because to get the Ballista out of the yard. Oh, so that's why you do it at end of turn. Sure. So they grab a Badger Mole Cub. They can't sack anything to Yawg. I guess they can. Oh, I can't even block. Yeah, if they go sack 1, they lose a life, but then the Archon has 1 less power. So we'll see. Maybe they go sack the Badger Mole Cub. Oh, but then they have to discard their cards. I guess they just, yeah, never mind. Okay, so they do it after the trigger, sure. So then they go to 1. Yawgmoth not doing a lot at 1 life. We could potentially mill over Cling to Dust off of the tower and cast it. Not really anything else we can do. They're dead if they draw Grist because we have a 1 mana 1/1. They have a Young Wolf. Wait, are there, I guess, yeah, I guess it wouldn't have killed me there, but yeah, Young Wolf Cauldron wouldn't have done it. Probably would have been the best two cards. I do think this is a Culling Ritual matchup. How good is so Flare of Malice is good against exactly Yawgmoth when they do not have Cauldron in play. Seems like that could be maybe just too narrow. I guess if they go like turn one Delighted Halfling and we go like Supplier Flare, that's okay also. Maybe it's sometimes good against Grist. I'm gonna go down an Imp. I'm gonna go down a Flare. I found Culling Ritual could be really clunky against Yogg if they Earthbend plus Arbor. Yeah, I mean, I think just the fact that it kills Cauldron and then kills their little dorks is we want it. But it's not always a card that I think is good against Yogg, depending on what your deck is. Maybe I want to go down to Persist. They're gonna have a good bit of graveyard hate. So the main SOS here is Black Paradigm, right? Has it come up much? We did kill someone with it. Yeah, it's not much of an SOS deck, I suppose. You also have Necrotic Fumes, which has been really good. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, I got confused with Ruinous Waterbending. Fumes hasn't been really good. It's been kind of okay. Gonna Surveil turn one. They keep a card on the top. Gonna keep that. I might have a Bowmaster. Don't really care if this dies. Actually, I mean, we actively like if it dies. So we do mill an Overlord for our Persist next turn. We have 4 mana. Now we have 4 mana, but we can't cast Culling Ritual next turn. Maybe I'll go Persist and play another Crypt tapped. They rumble, they find a copy of Endurance, they also find an Emperor. They do choose the copy of Endurance. And then they just Endurance me, pitching Aurora Boroid. Wow. Okay. It's not super duper likely unless they sack the spawn token. That I mean, they have to play 2 things for me to be able to go Ritual into Overlord. But I think the Cling is likely going to break up any combos they could have. Although now when I go Culling Ritual, they're just going to get to sack their board. I was watching your videos with Mining to Matter. I had the thought, wouldn't it be insane in my Timeless Lotus deck? Yeah, we've talked a little bit about trying it there. I think it would also be good in like regular Amulet Titan, but I'm open to trying it there. It's been a long time since we played that deck. So the Culling Ritual is not looking too good. Maybe I'll lead on Supplier. Though I guess maybe Supplier is worse than just Overlord because it's one less look at an Archon. Yeah. And the mana didn't matter. Likely going to game 3. These are making 2 mana right now. That number can change if we cast the Culling Ritual pretty quick. All right, so this is... It should be lethal. It should be lethal with their attacks. It's like 15 damage and 15 cards for them. All right, on the play for game 3. Phyrexia with the 7 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Guess I'm gonna restart Magic Online. It's not responding to my clicks. Subscribed anyways. Well, I told you not to. Yeah, we'll hopefully we'll play some more of the God Pharaoh's Gifts deck. I was kind of looking at it at the Dawning Archaic. I can never remember whatever the Strixhaven Archaic is. I don't think it's Dawning. I was thinking about playing that in some Woodland Shell. I've been brewing some crazy Archaic decks with like breaking and entering, and like other split cards with Glimpse the Impossible on yourself with Capricious Hellraiser, and these decks look like so fun and so awful, and I don't know. I don't know if I can bring them. It's Wandering, I see. It's a Wanderer. Alright, so I'm gonna get my Overgrown Tomb so I don't mill it with my Supplier. We milled a Wraith and a Twitch. We could learn next turn, perhaps. Probably don't want to. They take my Emperor of Bones, which is interesting. Crypt of Agadeem. Well, I didn't even get done saying it this time. They're down to 11 already. They play a Young Wolf, then they play another Thoughtseize. They probably have to take the Persist, yeah. So I'm 1 mana short of casting my Troll this turn. So I should be able to cast it next turn after forcing a block with the Trawler. It's kind of weird. But their life total is just so low. Any chance you'll do enhancements to the Wizards looting deck? You've been asking about it, I know. There's certainly a chance. All right, let's attack first. My hand is really face up, but there's not really much they can do about it. If they block, they give me mana. I guess blocking with Young Wolf's just bad, because it's just going to now die for good. Oh. I guess I mistapped on the Crypt of Agadeem. Sorry, I was, we were supposed to cast this Troll of Khazad-dm, and casting the Troll of Khazad-dm would be really game over here. I think I just added regular mana, and now they are killing it, so that's pretty awkward. Sorry about that. Playing too fast. I guess now I'm just gonna get a land. I guess I should have got the Mortuary first. That feels bad. Sorry about that. Pretty cold to a Cauldron now. They play Virulent Emissary. And then they have Cauldron for the Fulminator Mage. Yeah, it feels bad. I guess I'm just gonna concede. We can put an asterisk on this one. Alright, let's keep. I want to Thoughtseize. So no Mori still. Oh no. Not immediately taking my Thoughtseize. Takes my Terminus. Okay, that's a good draw. 2 Sign and Bloods and a Corruption. Sad if Walry's already off the Maestro. I think we want to Emperor of Bones this turn, and then next turn we go Supplier, Hope. Took Flare of Malice instead. Then I draw Archon of Cruelty for turn. I think if I mill an Archon here, I did mill an Archon, I'll just go Cycle. Well, it kind of feels like they aren't too worried about my Emperor, so maybe this is bad. But I mean, I milled an Archon. We could Twitch, but Now we can twitch next turn, and maybe setting up for the 5-mana draw 2 every turn will be good. So they play the Cabal Coffers. They have 5 new cards in their hand. Shout out Sign in Blood. The end. Okay. Will Twitch work with the finale counter? No, but we could have put it in to play. I guess we could have put. Wait. Oh, they shuffled my deck. Okay, now we've got Crypt of Agadeem, which is pretty good. I was thinking that we could like set up to sack at the tower. Oh, I guess with the fidelity counter it never works. Never mind. The end. Couldn't you have sacked in response to the Emperor trigger to get the mill? So with the Emperor trigger, you have to target as soon as it goes on the stack. You can't like let the trigger go to the stack and sack. So 5, 6, 1 short. They have 7 cards in their hand. They missed a land drop last turn. Walry finally playing more Thoughtseizes. Now has 7 mana, top decked an Urborg. I think I would have reanimated Troll there and put them to 2. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. I like how Walry is telling me that his deck looks janky. And it's like it's like by far the most normal build so far. So exiles my Archon. Okay, so if I play Overlord for 2 mana, I need to mill 3 creatures to cast the Archon. I think I'm going to go for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. I guess I can go... Yeah, I can actually grab Supplier, though. Yeah, this should work. Need top tower. There's an Urborg in play. Okay, so now I can go Twitch. And I can make them discard 2 cards, or I can take a permanent from their hand. I think I'm just going to go for this one. Okay. Lesson learned. Although, yeah, we designed to kick Corruption plus Dead of Winter. This deck looks weak to Graveyard Hate. You have identified that correctly. Our deck is weak to Graveyard Hate. One thing about Modern at the moment is most Graveyard Hate is single use at the moment. There's like almost no Rest in Peace or Leyline of the Voids. Everything's like Endurance, Tormod's Crypt, Raven Charm. So you can fight through it with these kind of decks. Seen that coming. Yeah, maybe it was maybe I should have just held the Eyetwitch, although it would have maybe got by the Inquisition. Wait, they tutored with coffer with this? Do you have a lot of good top decks? All right, let's see if we can find our Cling to Dust. Nope. All right, let's go to game 2. So it doesn't seem like Walry is playing the tutors that he usually plays. I guess we're running it back. Break the ice doesn't break it up. Headphones disconnected. My headphones are playing. They're not playing what my phone is playing. Oh my gosh, they're playing Snowlands. Oh, damn it. Sorry, just noticed. I was got discombobulated. My headphones are playing not what my phone is clicking on. All right, I'm just gonna play the Crypt tap this turn. Although I don't know if I have it in my heart to break the ice, Walry. I'm gonna play the Twitch. We're signing in blood. Lucky Surveil, maybe. A lot of called shots today, huh? If they take a creature, it does help my Crypt of Agadeem. If they take Overlord, I can Emperor it. If they take Overlord, I can get back. If they take Emperor, I can get it back with Overlord. They did take the Overlord. I can sack the Eyetwitch to Flare for no value. If I draw any creature that would... It would give me 4 mana. I guess 4 mana isn't like really... it doesn't really work well with the Emperor because you can't really break it up. Let me just attack here. If they have nothing, I can just win by dealing 2 with the discard spell, which seems like the most likely outcome. I can Thoughtseize first now, because I can get up to 4 mana by cycling Troll, sacking Flare, tapping Crypt. Isn't the point of playing Snowlands is so you can get to break the ice? Why else play them? Well, Snowlands don't work with break the ice. They die to break the ice. They're playing Dead of Winter. I think he has like Sheoldred's Edict or something. So I guess I do need to sack this to Flare first. Although I don't actually know that I need to be Thoughtseizing first. Although maybe Thoughtseize first is nice because I get to see more of the deck. Although now Walry knows I have lethal, so maybe he just won't. I miss. Maybe it's the Urborg is making me just tap. Okay, so the corruption is going to let Walry live this turn, but have no cards in hand. Had another Coffers and a The End and a Damnation. We were like so dead this game if we didn't Surveil Archon. Flare sack. Oh, sack Archon to Flare there. Sure. It's kind of... yeah, it's probably correct. Does it lose? I guess they didn't have Cling to Dust mana up. All right, let's keep this on the draw. I'm a little bit worried about my Boggart Trawler getting Thoughtseize, though. What is the upside of playing Lessons in a Reanimator deck? So learning lets you loot. Learning lets you loot. And all of a sudden, Eyetwitch becomes like the best way to maybe it's been like this for a while, but Eyetwitch is one of the only ways even to reanimate something in mono black and modern. I have 2 Eyetwitches. Maybe we'll play a Supplier so it doesn't get discarded, and so I can maybe fill up the yard for Crypt. I did mill a Overlord, which I might end up just persisting, since maybe like if I have Overlord I'm attacking for a bit, I can just unearth. Or I can just cast the Archon because I've milled so much. Let's Thoughtseize them here. Would love a Phyrexian Tower, of course. I'll take the Night's Whisper. Do you think Margrave is unplayable these days? These days, I think yes. I mean, also like Faithless Looting has been printed, Psychic Frog has been printed. It's just so much has changed since the days where it was a playable card. And not to mention the speed of the format has gotten higher. So Damnation. We get to learn. Let's get the dissertation. Does actually seem pretty dang nice here. Okay. Did you ever try brewing around the standard mouse package in modern? I did think about it a little bit after playing some standard tournaments. I never got around to it. I don't think that it's actually very good. All right, so this lets me cast a Sign in Blood at the beginning of my turn every turn. Kind of painful to Street Wraith. think I'm going to be okay not playing another Crypt of Agadeem this turn if I can get a mana jump with the Supplier. Only got one more black creature. It's pretty fun to be playing Crypt of Agadeem against Urborg also. Oh, it's a May. I thought it was mandatory. Okay. I might get the ended. If only we had an equipment that gave lifelink, we could draw so many cards. I mean, no such thing exists, really. So we have no Archons left in our deck, but we do get their last card. We get to gain 3. Last card, probably a Fatal Push. A Consuming Corruption. I'm going to play the Emperor now, just because the Emperor is just so awkward with like the Crypt of Agadeem mana. I can make it not as awkward. All right, so we'll draw. I think we can draw 2 more pretty comfortably. Trying to find lethal. I can get back an Overlord, attack for 9, 10, and then just the Trawler wins. Right, so 2-1, and we misclicked this game, and a game that we would have won if we didn't misclick. So pretty good results for the deck so far. Liking it. So we can go turn 1 Surveil, and then turn 2 Soulstone Thoughtseize. We could also draw land off of our for turn or for Wraith. Is Tower feeling good? Yeah, the showcase list was playing 3. I decided to play 4. I'm pretty happy playing 4. Windswept Heath Temple Garden. Let's go. I'm gonna cycle the Wraith. Let's get rid of their Sheltered by Ghosts. There will be no complaining this game. My opponent kept a card on top. I'm down to 10. Maybe it's better to get the green source down for the disenchant. Now I think we just get to get the -2/-2, the waterbending. Could have attacked for 1. I would never do that to a Boggles player. I believe this beats the Umbral card. It stays at a 0 power creature. I don't know how it's what happened that Boggles. It's just literally weak to everything too. It's just like Affinity is main decking engineered explosives. It's just there's just there's so much that's so much worse for the archetype since people have played it. And like it just so happens to be like randomly weak to my lesson Eyetwitch deck. So let me go sack the. I'm gonna do this main phase 1 so I could find something good for the Emperor, either an Archon or an Overlord. I find a Troll of Khazad-dm. I can't buy back Eyetwitch. think I'll just throw the troll at them. So they found another Boggle. And they put a Rancor on it. Great job. Great job. Maybe I should have let them cast an enchantment or two. It's like an endangered species, though. Like, you really don't want to disrupt. You don't want to disrupt their habitat too much. You don't want to hurt. You don't want to beat them too bad because you don't want to make the species go completely extinct. I think I'm gonna cut the cling. You know what I mean? You don't want them to go completely extinct. Gotta be gentle. Like Leg Cover Scout. I think we just take the Daybreak there. I remember playing this at my first ever Pro Tour in Limited. So the Flare does beat the Warrior token. They get the Rancor back. They might go land Rancor on the Warrior token. Shout out Steph Curry. And that's their line. They've got one card in their hand. I'm at 8 life. So we're going to go down to 3. I feel like they shouldn't attack here. They should try to one-shot me because they know I can get this Waterbending card. So they have 2 Rancors in their hand. That's it. They did not draw a creature. We don't want another Persist. We do mill an Archon of Cruelty. So we just want to put them out of their misery as quick as we can so that we don't disrupt them too much. So we're 3-1, maybe should be 4-0. Although are we going to play against Boggles? I don't know. This is maybe our karma for misclicking this game. 4-1 prediction. Deck is looking pretty good. I think we'll play another league of it after this. Don't know if we're going to make changes. I feel like I'm kind of liking where it's at now. This hand's pretty borderline. I think I am going to mulligan. And kind of wish this man's, I mean, it has 2 lands. They're both tapped. Let's put back the cling. We do have Overlord to fill up the yard for the Crypts, maybe. They lead on a Saga, so they're playing Amulet or they're playing Affinity. Probably Amulet. It's our second Amulet opponent this league. We did win our first time against them. It does seem like the Scape Shift is pretty bad when they need the Lotus Field as their green mana. I guess I'm gonna take the Rumble since they've got 2 Titans and they can use the Vestige for green mana this turn. I loved Invisible Stalker and Hammer decks as a way to get through interactive decks. That was a pretty cool era, huh? So let's not return the Archon. Shout out Unmarked Grave. Yeah, so they go Lotus Field. They won't have any lands for their Scape Shift here. Next turn is gonna be pretty scary with the second Amulet out there. Did they top deck the second Urza Saga? They did, huh? Was there a chance to take Titan and Emperor? Yeah, maybe that was an okay line. Wait, they're playing the Lotus. So what am I? So they must have found something. Oh, so they've Vesuvied it, of course. Sorry. I guess not. I guess they just take the Grazer, they put Vestige into play, and then they can cast Primeval Titan here. Maybe they have Bajuka Bog? Was there consideration for other MDFC? You can't really play more MDFCs than this and also have mana that for the green splash. I guess I missed this line. Totally normal deck. Totally normal deck. I don't know what I was supposed to take. Yeah, I know that I'm dead. All right, we can move on. Beatable hand if you took the Scape Shift. Yeah, I mean they still have a Titan in play. And they got to rumble that last turn too. So I'm gonna go down one Flare, one Emperor. I think I'm gonna go down two Overlord still. Let's leave the Cling in this time. Do I want 3 Break the Ice? Let's just play 2. Do you think someone from WotC is watching now and then? I mean, maybe every once in a while. I think taking Rumble made sense. Well, the thing about taking Rumble is we were for sure dead in 2 turns with the known info. So we kind of couldn't take the Rumble, but then it's also like we also can't beat the rest of the cards there. So not a very good situation to be in. Let's keep this 7. I'm gonna take the Scape Shift this time. They have the Bajuka Bog. Okay, probably Impending Overlord this turn. Brick. Or did we brick or did we mill 4 lands? That would have been disastrous draws. Maybe the tower wouldn't have been so bad. They rumble. They hit an Amulet or a Teleria West or a Gruul Turf. They can't take this Green Sun Zenith. They do take the Amulet. Maybe we'll find something off this. I mean, I just really need to fill up the yard for these crypts. I guess the Wraith doesn't hurt, but we didn't mill any other creatures. Could also have found Ashiok here. Be mindful of the Bajuka Bog. I'm only going to have 2. Yeah, I'm only going to have 4 mana, so I can't Dissertation here. I can Mind Rot them. Doesn't seem very good. I haven't played against a lot of Titan lately. We are not deterministically dead to a single Titan here. Nor will it be particularly easy to beat. So they sack the spawn, leaving the Saga up. So they're saying that they intend to make some tokens, which is telling us we're probably not going to be dead this turn. They can attack and copy Titan. Yeah, they need to get Lotus Field to copy Titan though. Not that I guess not that they can't do that, but they might just get 2 more sagas. They get an Urza's Cave and a Simic Growth Chamber. I think we're just blocked now. I know I've Phyrexian Tower. Do I have to get this removal spell? I guess so. Having to exile my own creature definitely is tough. I don't even get to sack my own creature. So if I go sack Emperor to Tower, I get to make 4, then 5, or 4, 6, 7, 8. The Bojuka Bog is in their hand. Let me see what I draw off the Cling to Dust. That's an interesting one. I can Overload, break the ice, and then I can die. I don't know. I think I just do this, and then I'm just into the Saga token. I think we'll just move on. Bummer of a game. Troll was pretty bad that game too. Let's do one more. I'm having fun though.